Welcome back to the workshop, everybody. Your good friend Walter here. Now this is a new one for me. I've never done a live glue up, so I hope that you can stick with me through such a boring video. Basically, I'm using white PVA glue because the wood is white hard rock maple. So you spread the glue evenly, not too much. You just need even coverage. Use the method you like best. I like these rubber spatulas. You can use a stick of wood, it doesn't matter, keep it simple. Try not to go right up to the edge here, otherwise you'll be squeezing glue out in the plain cavity. And that's about it. That's about all the glue you need. So we want to make sure we have the alignment right. And what I've done is I put plastic down on the workbench. And we'll lay the cheek in. We'll put the bed in and bring it up to the cheek. Wiggle it just a little bit until it makes a little bit of contact. And then you do the same thing with the front of the plane. And I've got registration marks here so I know when I'm lined up. Now, if you don't want to do the next step, you can put the other cheek in dry, clamp it, come back and do the other side separately. We're going to do both at the same time. Glue. It's not difficult. You just have to get your mind in a place where you can take time, turn off your cell phone, send the kids outside to play, send the wife shopping, whatever it takes for you to clear your mind to be able to do your glue up. And that goes for any project glue up as well, whether you're building a piece of furniture, a cabinet, a box. Lock the shop door. No interruptions. Okay? Not rocket science. You put glue where you want it, and you keep it away from where you don't want it. Put the other cheek on. Now, make sure you don't get any glue on the sides, on the cheeks. And here's those thick clamping cauls I talked about when making the jointer. I bring them in. Now, the rear alignment is the most important in this case because of our groove. So we want to make sure we get that just right. I can go back in later and trim it a little if I have to, but I'd rather not have to. And that's about it. Looks like I got it pretty much. You can always take the blade itself and lay it down in there and check to make sure we've got a good alignment. That one side looks good. This side looks good. I'm not in a rush to clamp it. I don't mind if that glue gets a little more tacky. Okay? Doesn't matter what clamps you use. I like to start right in the middle. Light pressure. Very light pressure. So you don't want these wiggling all over the place. And you want to make sure you're pressing down to keep them all aligned. Something is always bound to move. One way to avoid that would be to put pins in. You can put wooden dowels in you can drill holes and put wooden dowels in to keep everything aligned. And sometimes I do. But I've had pretty good luck with this method. Like I say, it doesn't matter what clamps you use. I use these bar clamps just because they're handy. Light pressure, light finger pressure at first, so you can realign everything. If you want to convince it a little bit, tap, tap. That one's a 64th or so high. I think we've got it. That's pretty good. Now what I'll do is I'll flip it over before I give it the old squeeze. I will flip it over and put a couple more clamps on from this side. You see how that plastic prevented you from getting glue on your workbench? Now I just wipe this off. Not a perfect alignment. It's not too bad. And a couple more clamps. Might even put a bunch more clamps on here. I know these are kind of long, but it's what I got. I'm getting a little bit of glue squeeze out, not much. Now you can start tightening the screws. Not over tight. I'm going to try to pull the back end in a little bit. See if that clamps up. We have to trim some off, so it's not going to be a big deal. But it would be nice to see the wood move a little bit. There we go. Some glue squeeze out there. We're good here. Move this one down to the end a little more. Bring this one up to the middle. And we're good. So we're going to let that cook for a little while. Probably an hour, hour and a half. Come back, take it out and see what we got. Head out to your shop and make something. Walter out.